The morning air was crisp at the United Nations Space Command in Geneva, where a crowd of international dignitaries, scientists, and media personnel had gathered. The buzz of anticipation was palpable as the countdown to the launch of humanity's most advanced flagship, the Prodigy, was set to begin. Captain Alex Renner stood at the podium, his gaze sweeping over the crowd before settling on his diverse crew standing proudly in their crisp uniforms. Today we embark on a journey not just through the cosmos, but into the very spirit of exploration itself. The Prodigy is ready to set sail amongst the stars, and we are ready to guide her. Beside him, his second-in-command, Commander Liu Zhang, nodded in agreement, his eyes reflecting a similar thrill. Every system on the Prodigy has been fine-tuned by the best engineers from across the world. We're not just prepared, we're eager. Dr. Emily Carter, the lead scientist of the mission, stepped forward, adjusting her glasses. Our mission will take us beyond the known frontiers of space, where we aim to document and learn, pushing the boundaries of what it means to be explorers. A journalist from the crowd called out, "Captain Renner, what do you think will be your biggest challenge out there?" Alex smiled, turning to address the question. "The unknown is both our challenge and our motivation. Space is vast and unpredictable, but we have trained for every conceivable situation. With unity and our combined expertise, the Prodigy and her crew are more than a match for whatever mysteries we encounter." Liu stepped up to the microphone, adding, "Our preparations have been thorough. We've conducted countless simulations to ensure that every member of this crew knows their role and can perform it under any circumstances." The crowd murmured appreciatively as cameras flashed. Among the audience, young children perched on their parents' shoulders, watching with wide eyes. They were witnessing history, the dawn of a new era in space exploration. The captain then invited the crew to join him at the podium, introducing each member in their role. This is not just a mission of discovery, but of diplomacy. We carry with us the hope of forging new relationships in the cosmos, representing humanity in all its diversity and ingenuity. The Prodigy loomed large on the launch pad in the distance, its sleek design glistening under the morning sun. The final checks were being broadcasted live on screens around the area, the engineers providing real-time updates. Everything was green. The flagship was ready. As the final countdown began, Alex and his crew saluted the crowd. "In a few moments we'll lift off to touch the stars, not to conquer, but to understand and learn. We go as ambassadors of Earth, as seekers of knowledge, and as pioneers of the human spirit." The roar of the engines drowned out the cheers of the crowd as the Prodigy ignited its thrusters. The ground shook slightly underfoot, and as the flagship ascended towards the heavens, a collective sense of pride swept through the crowd. Eyes remained fixated on the sky long after the ship had vanished from sight, its trail a brilliant testament to human ambition and curiosity. Back at the podium, the remaining officials and mission directors shook hands, their faces beaming with pride. This was the beginning of a new chapter in human history, and everyone felt the weight and wonder of the moment. The Prodigy sailed through the vacuum of space, its engines humming softly in the serene silence of the cosmos. Inside, the crew adjusted to the rhythms of life aboard a spaceship on a mission of discovery. Captain Alex Renner stood by the main viewing port with Commander Liu Zhang, their eyes fixed on the panoramic display of stars. "It's different every time, isn't it?" "The vastness," Alex murmured, his voice filled with a quiet reverence. "It never gets old," Liu agreed. "But remember, it's not just about what we see. It's what we find out there." Their attention was suddenly drawn by a flashing alert on the console. "Proximity alert. Unknown object approaching," announced the ship's AI calmly. "Let's get to the bridge. Notify Dr. Carter and pilot Marcos," Alex commanded, his tone shifting swiftly to that of a leader in potential crisis. Upon reaching the bridge, they found the crew already in action. Dr. Emily Carter peered at the sensor readings, while Marcos Diaz, the pilot, maneuvered the Prodigy into a parallel course with the approaching object. "What do we have, Emily?" Alex asked, stepping beside her. "It's a spacecraft of unknown origin, Captain. No recognizable signatures. It doesn't match anything in our databases," she replied, her eyes not leaving the screen. "Visuals coming up," Marcos added, tapping a few controls. The main screen flickered, then displayed the approaching craft, a sleek, metallic object, glinting with lights of various colors. "It's beautiful," Leo remarked quietly, but his face showed concern. "Do we attempt communication?" Alex nodded. "Open all channels. Let's not start off on the wrong foot." Marcos set to work, broadcasting a standard greeting in multiple frequencies and languages. The crew waited in tense silence, watching the alien ship for any sign of response. Minutes ticked by until the communication panel lit up. "Incoming transmission," Marcos announced, his voice tense but hopeful. "Put it through," Alex directed, stepping forward to address the screen. The response was garbled at first, then adjusted into a clear, if unfamiliar, language. "Unidentified human vessel. This is the Thalaxian craft Harmony. State your purpose." "We are explorers from Earth," Alex began, choosing his words carefully. "Our mission is peaceful. We seek to learn about the cosmos and establish friendly relations with other civilizations." There was a pause, then the voice returned. "Acknowledged, Captain of Earth. We are navigating to your rendezvous point. Let us meet as friends." As the Prodigy and the Harmony aligned their courses, Alex turned to his crew, a smile breaking across his face. "Well done, everyone. Let's get ready to make some history." The atmosphere was charged with excitement as the crew prepared for their first alien encounter. Liu clapped Alex on the shoulder. "Not bad for a day's work, eh?" "Not bad at all," Alex chuckled. "Let's just hope the rest of the meeting goes as smoothly." Soon the Thalaxian ship was docking with the Prodigy. The airlock doors hissed as they opened, and Alex, followed closely by Liu and Emily, stepped forward to greet their new acquaintances. The Thalaxians were similar in build to humans but had translucent skin that shimmered with a faint light. Their leader, who introduced himself as Cyril, extended a hand which Alex shook firmly. "Welcome aboard the Prodigy, Cyril. We are honored to meet you," Alex greeted warmly. "The honor is ours, Captain Renner," Cyril replied, his voice melodic and calm. "We have much to discuss and learn from each other." As the two groups mingled, sharing information and artifacts, it was clear that this was the beginning of a remarkable journey, not just through space, but towards understanding and camaraderie among the stars. The conference room aboard the Prodigy buzzed with an undercurrent of eager anticipation as Captain Alex Renner and his crew prepared to delve deeper into the Laxian's culture and societal structure. Dr. Emily Carter set up her recording devices to document the meeting, while Commander Liu Yuzhan reviewed the agenda with Alex. "Let's keep the discussions focused on learning about their societal norms, technology, and environmental challenges," Alex suggested, smoothing the front of his uniform. "Agreed," Liu nodded. "We should also share our own experiences with managing planetary ecosystems. It might offer them some valuable insights." As the Thalaxian delegation filed into the room, Cyril, their leader, approached Alex with a courteous nod. "Captain Renner, we are prepared to exchange knowledge. I bring greetings from the Thalaxian Council." "Thank you, Cyril. We're ready to learn and hopefully assist in any way we can," Alex replied, gesturing for everyone to take a seat. Cyril began the session by presenting a holographic model of their planet, showing lush green landscapes and vast oceans gradually being marred by unusual climate patterns. "Our world is facing severe environmental shifts. We suspect it's due to our reliance on an ancient energy technology." Dr. Carter leaned forward, intrigued. "What sort of technology are you using? Perhaps we could look into sustainable alternatives that we've developed on Earth." The Thalaxian scientist, a tall individual named Marek, explained their use of crystalline energy sources, which were potent but unstable. "These crystals are powerful, but begin to degrade the environment over time. We seek a balance that does not sacrifice our planet's health." Alex turned to his environmental engineer, Jordan Hayes, who had been listening intently. "Jordan, do you think some of our renewable tech could be adapted here?" Jordan nodded enthusiastically. "Absolutely, Captain. We can demonstrate our solar lattice panels and tidal flow generators. They might offer the stability your planet needs, Marek." The discussion shifted to technology, with both crews exchanging ideas and strategies. Liu, interested in fostering a deeper connection, suggested, Perhaps a visit to your planet would allow us to better understand your conditions and tailor our help more effectively. Cyril agreed, and plans were made for Alex and a small team to visit the Thalaxian homeworld. The meeting concluded with a mutual expression of gratitude and the promise of ongoing collaboration. Upon arrival at the Thalaxian planet, Alex, Liu, and Jordan were greeted with a vibrant display of Thalaxian hospitality. The environment was breathtakingly beautiful, with bioluminescent plants and floating water bodies that defied gravity. Cyril guided them through one of their major cities, where structures seamlessly integrated into the natural landscape, minimizing ecological footprints. Our architecture is designed to complement our ecology, Cyril explained, leading the group through a sprawling complex of green-roofed buildings. Jordan was particularly impressed. This integration is remarkable. With some tweaks to your energy sources, you could enhance this symbiosis even further. As they toured a research facility, Marek showcased their current projects. We're developing biodegradable technology, but progress is slow. Your insights on rapid biodegradation could accelerate our efforts. Alex assured him, we'll share our research freely. The goal is to ensure your planet remains as stunning as it is now, for generations to come. The visit concluded with a dinner hosted by the Thalaxian Council, where both teams exchanged gifts and stories under the stars of the Thalaxian night sky. The meal was a lively affair, full of laughter and the forging of new friendships. Liu, reflecting on the day's events, shared a toast, to new friends and new beginnings. May our cooperation continue to flourish. Cyril raised his glass in return, to unity and the preservation of our worlds. We are grateful for this partnership, Captain Renner. As the team returned to the Prodigy, Alex felt a profound sense of accomplishment. They were not only exploring the unknown, but actively contributing to the well-being of a new friend in the cosmos. This journey was shaping up to be more than a simple mission. It was a testament to the potential for harmony and mutual respect in the galaxy. Aboard the Prodigy, the mood was contemplative as Captain Alex Renner reviewed the recent findings and interactions with the Thalaxians. Commander Liu Zhang and Jordan Hayes, the environmental engineer, were analyzing data on the Thalaxian energy crisis, trying to tailor Earth's sustainable technologies to suit the alien planet's unique conditions. Jordan, how adaptable do you think our tidal flow generators would be here? Alex asked, peering over the engineer's shoulder at the schematics on the screen. It's promising, Captain, Jordan replied, zooming in on a model of the Thalaxian ocean currents. Their water bodies have similar kinetic profiles to ours, but the salinity is off the charts. It could actually enhance the energy output if calibrated correctly. Liu chimed in, let's draft a proposal for a pilot project. If it succeeds, we could roll it out planet-wide and really make a difference here. As the team delved deeper into the planning, Dr. Emily Carter entered the room with an update from her biological STEES team. Alex, Liu, we've been invited to join the Galactic Council session tomorrow. They want to hear more about our work with the Thalaxians and discuss broader implications for galactic environmental policy. That's excellent news, Emily, Alex responded, his eyes lighting up with the possibility of expanding their influence and assistance. Prepare a brief on all our findings and proposed solutions. We need to be thorough but also accessible. The following day, at the Galactic Council headquarters, a grand structure orbiting a luminous blue star, the team from the Prodigy prepared to present their findings. The council was an assembly of various alien representatives, each with their own unique environmental and political issues. Alex opened the session with a strong statement of intent. Honored members of the Galactic Council, we come before you not just as explorers but as potential partners in sustainability. Our home Earth has faced numerous ecological challenges, some of which are mirrored in your own worlds. Liu projected the images of Thalaxia's degrading ecosystems and juxtaposed them with similar situations on Earth that had been successfully managed. Here you see the result of unchecked industrialization, and here the benefits of our corrective measures. A council member, a tall, feathered being from the Aviala system, raised a hand. This is impressive, but what guarantees can you provide that these technologies won't fail us as they initially did on Earth? Jordan stepped forward, ready with the response. We've learned from our mistakes and refined our technologies over generations. We offer not just tools, but also training and continuous support to ensure these systems adapt and evolve with your needs." The council murmured appreciatively, and discussions deepened. Each representative expressed their planet's specific concerns, and Alex directed his crew to address each query personally, fostering a sense of camaraderie and commitment. As the meeting concluded, the Avialan representative approached Alex. "Your presentation was enlightening, Captain Renor. I propose a joint task force to evaluate these technologies on Aviala." "We'd be honored to be involved," Alex replied, shaking his feathered hand. "Let's arrange the details and start as soon as possible." Back aboard the Prodigy, the crew gathered to debrief. "Today we laid the groundwork for something much bigger than our original mission," Alex said, looking around at his team. "Our journey is about more than exploration. It's about collaboration and mutual growth." Liu nodded in agreement. "We're not just sharing technology, we're building interstellar relationships." As they set course for Aviala, spirits were high. The challenge was immense, but so were the opportunities. Alex and his crew were ready to lead by example, demonstrating that humanity had much to offer beyond their own solar system. The Prodigy docked smoothly at the orbital platform, serving as the headquarters for the Galactic Council's environmental initiative. Captain Alex Renner was the first to disembark, followed closely by Commander Liu Zhang and Jordan Hayes, their environmental engineer. The platform buzzed with activity, a hub for interstellar diplomacy and cooperation. As they approached the main conference hall, Alex adjusted his uniform and checked in with his team. "Let's keep our presentations focused and factual. Impress them with our dedication to practical solutions, not just theoretical ones," he advised. "Understood, Captain," Leo responded, clasping his tablet tighter. "I've updated our slides with the latest data from the pilot projects. It should make a compelling case." Inside the conference hall, a diverse group of delegates from various star systems gathered, their discussions a murmur of varied alien dialects. Alex led his team to the designated area, nodding politely to other representatives. A figure detached itself from the crowd and approached them. "Captain Renner, I am T-Sci, coordinator for the Council's Technology Exchange Program. We are eager to see what the Prodigy has brought us." "Thank you, T-Sci. We aim to share not only our technology but also our experiences and insights into planetary management," Alex said, shaking her hand. The session began with representatives from different planets presenting their current ecological challenges. Alex listened intently, understanding that each problem presented an opportunity to apply human ingenuity in a new context. When it was his turn to present, Alex stepped up confidently. "Ladies, gentlemen, and esteemed beings, Earth, like many of your worlds, has faced significant environmental crises. Today we bring you solutions tested on our world and adaptable for yours." Jordan then took over, detailing the technical aspects of the solar lattice panels and how they could be modified to suit the atmospheric conditions of different planets. These panels do not merely harness solar energy, they can also be integrated into existing infrastructures with minimal disruption, he explained. Liu followed with a case study of their successful tidal flow generator implementation on a water-rich planet, similar to several in the audience. "The key to sustainable energy is adaptability and local customization. Here's how we've achieved that," he outlined, showing before and after images that demonstrated marked improvements in water quality and energy output. The response was enthusiastic, with several delegates asking detailed questions, which Jordan and Liu answered comprehensively. Tisei, impressed, suggested a workshop where the Prodigy team could demonstrate the installation and maintenance of these technologies. "An excellent idea," Alex agreed. "We'd be pleased to host the first session aboard the Prodigy. It will give us a chance to show the practical side of these technologies in real time." As the workshop dates were set, Alex and his team mingled with the delegates, exchanging contact information and discussing potential adaptations for each world. The atmosphere was charged with a sense of collaboration and mutual respect. At the end of the day, as the crew returned to the Prodigy, Liu commented, "I think we've managed to not only showcase our technologies, but also to lay the foundation for lasting interstellar relationships." Alex nodded, satisfied with their progress. "It's about more than just sharing what we have. It's about growing together and learning from each other. This is the real power of diplomacy." The day closed with the Prodigy illuminated against the backdrop of the bustling space platform, a symbol of Earth's commitment to galactic stewardship and cooperation. The journey ahead was promising, with many more opportunities to make a significant impact across the stars. The evening was tranquil aboard the Prodigy, the ship floating silently against the backdrop of stars. Inside, the atmosphere was charged with a different kind of energy. Captain Alex Renor and the Thalaxian cultural ambassador, Lyra, stood gazing out of the large observation window in the lounge, sharing thoughts on their respective cultures and the day's successful negotiations. "It's fascinating," Lyra said, her voice soft yet clear in the quiet space. "Your people have such a strong desire to help, to share what you know. It's not common in the galaxy, at least not to this extent." Alex smiled, turning to meet her gaze. "We've learned the hard way that progress doesn't mean much if it's not shared. What's the point of advancement if it leads to isolation or destruction?" Lyra nodded thoughtfully, her luminescent eyes reflecting the starlight. "And yet you remain optimistic about the future. It's quite inspiring." The conversation shifted as they discussed the artworks displayed around the lounge pieces that crew members had brought from Earth. Alex pointed to a painting of the ocean. "That's from my home, the Earth's Pacific Ocean. It's vast, beautiful, and a little terrifying." "I see the allure," Lyra remarked, her tone appreciative. "Perhaps one day you'll show me your ocean." "I'd like that," Alex responded, his voice sincere. Their eyes met again, and this time the connection seemed to deepen, bridging the gap between human and Thalaxian. As the evening progressed, the rest of the crew joined them in the lounge for a casual mixer. Drinks were served, and the room hummed with the sounds of various languages and laughter. Commander Liu Zhang and Jordan Hayes were deep in conversation with other Thalaxian delegates, sharing stories about their planets. Meanwhile, Alex and Lyra found themselves seated together, somewhat apart from the rest. Their conversation became more personal. Alex shared anecdotes from his childhood, and Lyra reciprocated with tales of her upbringing in a Thalaxian metropolis. The night deepened, and the mixer gradually wound down. Crew members and guests started to drift away, leaving Alex and Lyra alone. In the quiet, Alex offered his hand. "Would you like to take a walk? The ship's gardens are small, but they're a nice place for a quiet talk." Lyra accepted his hand, and together they walked to the ship's botanical garden, a serene area filled with earth plants and a few alien species. They strolled along the paths, surrounded by the gentle rustling of leaves and the soft fragrance of flowers. As they stopped by a bench, Alex turned to Lyra, his expression earnest. "Lyra, these past few days have been incredible. Getting to know you, learning about your culture, it's been more than I could have hoped for." Lyra faced him, her expression equally serious. "Alex, I feel the same. There's a saying among my people, the stars align for those true dream. I think the stars have aligned for us." In the gentle glow of the garden lights, Alex leaned in, and their lips met in a gentle, tentative kiss. The touch was a new experience for both, exploring in an intimacy that neither had anticipated but both welcomed. After a moment they parted slightly, smiles touching their lips. "I'm glad we're here," Alex murmured. "Me too," Lyra replied, her hand finding his as they resumed their walk. Their steps were unhurried as they continued to talk, now holding hands, exploring the possibilities of a bond that might just bridge the vastness between two very different worlds. The grand hall of the Galactic Council's exhibition center was abuzz with excitement and activity as representatives from various civilizations gathered for an intergalactic exhibition of technology and culture. The Prodigy was at the forefront, ready to showcase humanity's achievements. Captain Alex Renor, alongside Commander Liu Zhang and Jordan Hayes, was making final preparations at the human exhibition booth. "Make sure those solar lattice panels are correctly displayed. We want everyone to see how adaptable and efficient they are," Alex instructed, adjusting the positioning of the interactive displays. "Got it, Captain," Jordan confirmed, checking the connections. "I've also set up the VR stations for the tidal flow generators. It'll give them a first-hand look at how they operate in different environmental settings." Liu was busy networking with other delegates, spreading word about their session. He returned to the booth with a couple of curious onlookers. "Alex, these are representatives from the Sagmian and the Ralto sectors. They're particularly interested in our environmental technologies. Pleasure to meet you both, Alex greeted, extending a hand. We're excited to demonstrate how these systems can be adapted for a variety of planetary conditions. As the delegates engaged with the exhibits, more visitors poured into the area. Alex took the stage to deliver a brief presentation. Welcome to the human sector. Today we not only showcase our technological strides, but also our commitment to sustainable development across the galaxy. The audience was captivated as Alex and Jordan demonstrated the technology, expertly fielding questions ranging from scalability to energy outputs and safety measures. Leo, meanwhile, documented the interactions, ensuring they had records of all potential collaborations. The event wasn't just about technology. Part of their booth was dedicated to cultural exchange. There were displays of Earth art, music, and cuisine. Dr. Emily Carter, along with Lyra, guided visitors through this section, explaining the cultural significance behind each piece. Lyra, who had become quite popular among the delegates for her knowledge of both Thalaxian and human cultures, said, "This painting here reflects Earth's Renaissance period, symbolizing a rebirth of artistic expression and scientific discovery." A delegate from a distant world touched the replica of the canvas lightly, marveling at the texture. "It's beautiful. Is this style of art common among your people?" "It was during a particular era," Emily explained. "Today our art is as diverse as our planet's population. We believe in celebrating all forms of expression." As the day progressed, the Prodigy's crew hosted several mini-seminars and hands-on workshops. Alex and Lou led a discussion on the importance of interstellar diplomacy through technological and cultural exchange. The goal, Alex emphasized, is not just to advance our own civilization but to foster a community of worlds where knowledge, technology, and culture flow freely and openly for the betterment of all. The event concluded with a grand dinner where delegates mingled, sharing their thoughts on the exhibition. Alex raised a glass during his closing remarks. "Here's to new friendships and future collaborations. Let's continue to learn from each other and grow together." Cheers filled the room, and as the delegates applauded, Leo leaned over to Alex. "I'd say today was a monumental success." "Indeed," Alex replied, smiling broadly. "It's been an incredible journey, and it's far from over." As the crowd began to disperse, Alex and Lyra found a quiet corner to reflect on the day. "You were amazing today," Alex told her. Lyra smiled, squeezing his hand. "We were amazing. It's remarkable, isn't it? How much we can achieve together." "Yes, it is," Alex agreed, looking out over the hall, filled with representatives from across the stars. The Prodigy had indeed dominated the galactic display, not through force, but through the strength of humanity's spirit and the power of collaboration. The Prodigy hummed gently as it prepared for the long journey back to Earth. Captain Alex Renner stood at the command deck, watching as stars turned to streaks of light with the initiation of the hyperdrive. Beside him, Commander Liu Zhang reviewed the ship's logs, ensuring that all systems were optimal for their return. "It's been quite the expedition, hasn't it?" Liu remarked, glancing up from his tablet. Alex nodded, his eyes still fixed on the viewport. "More than I ever imagined. We've not only explored uncharted territories but have also sown the seeds for interstellar partnerships." Jordan Hayes joined them, his expression a mix of fatigue and satisfaction. "I've just finished the final report. The data we've gathered is going to keep the science teams busy for years." "And the environmental tech exchanges?" Alex asked, turning his attention to Jordan. "Going better than expected. The pilot projects are already showing positive results. We'll be monitoring them remotely from Earth. But it looks promising," Jordan reported, a hint of pride in his voice. As they spoke, Dr. Emily Carter and Lyra approached, their conversation pausing as they reached the command deck. "Just wanted to check in before we start the celebration," Emily said. "The cultural artifacts we've exchanged have been safely stored away. They're going to be a hit back home." Lyra smiled, her eyes reflecting a touch of sadness. "It's hard to believe I'll be seeing Earth for the first time. I'm excited and nervous." "You'll love it," Alex assured her. "Earth has its problems, but it's home. And you'll have friends waiting." The crew made their way to the main mess hall, where the rest of the crew had gathered for a farewell party. The room was decorated with items representing both Earth and the cultures they had encountered. Music, a mixture of Earth tunes and alien melodies, played softly in the background. As Alex made his way through the crew, shaking hands and sharing laughs, he felt a profound sense of accomplishment. They had set out to make a mark on the galaxy, and had ended up doing so much more. Liu clinked his glass with Alex's. To the prodigy and her crew, he toasted. To new horizons, Alex added, raising his glass. The crew echoed the sentiment, their voices mingling in a chorus of agreement. As the celebration continued, Alex pulled Lyra aside. How are you feeling about all this? About coming to Earth? Lyra took a deep breath. I think it's the uncertainty that's daunting. But I'm also hopeful. What we've started here, it's just the beginning, isn't it? It is, Alex confirmed. Today we look back at what we've achieved. Tomorrow we build on it. The party went on late into the night, with stories recounted and plans hatched for the future. When the last laughs had died down, and the crew began to disperse, Alex found himself standing once again at the command deck, looking out into the vastness of space. Liu joined him, a contemplative look on his face. It feels different now, doesn't it? Looking out there, knowing what we know now, having met who we've met. It does, Alex agreed. It feels like the galaxy isn't so vast after all, not when you carry a piece of it with you. As the prodigy continued its journey home, Alex felt the weight of their experiences settle around him like a cloak. They were returning not as the crew who had left Earth, but as ambassadors who had truly seen the wonders of the galaxy and would return with a new vision for humanity's place within it. Liu patted him on the back, pulling him from his thoughts. Let's go, Captain. Let's go home. With a final look at the stars, Alex turned and followed Liu back to the crew, ready to face whatever challenges and opportunities awaited them on Earth.